Welcome to At Balance Stress and Stress Management Podcasts Series 2. At Balance provides creative workshops for personal development for adults and young people. Check out our website for more information. Happy New Year, and I hope everybody had a good break. Our session today is about stress at work. Most of us work so that we can create and maintain a standard of living and be self-sufficient. Our work environment is just as important as our home environment, and if the balance is loaded towards negativity in your work environment, then it will impact negatively on your ability to perform at your optimum in your job. It can also become a hazard for your health. Work-related stress is the result of an employee's work conditions. According to the Health and Safety Executive, during 2022 and 2023, there was an increase in the reporting of work-related illnesses. And this was more than prior to the coronavirus pandemic. According to Public Health England, depression and anxiety were self-reported the most as a work-related illness before it was back pain. The cost to a business of workplace stress can be a high turnover of staff in the workplace, absenteeism, a reduction in the performance of an organisation. What does a workplace stressor look like? It can be an employee's inability to cope with the demands of the job. The job may be too challenging for an individual, or the workload may be too high for an individual. Relationships at work can be classed as another stressor, and this can include workplace bullying, which I will deal with in another podcast. Employees may not receive sufficient information in order to do their jobs effectively. Issues in a person's private life can also impact on a person's ability to do their jobs properly. They may have experienced a bereavement. They may have a problematic relationship in their family unit. They may be experiencing financial problems or health issues. It could be any number of reasons. According to the NHS, the impact of workplace stress can affect an individual's performance, and this is because it can have an impact on an individual's emotions, cognition, and behaviour in different ways. Some of the indicators of workplace stress may be an individual becoming easily irritable at home or at work. They may lose their motivation for their job. Some may experience thinking errors. We've spoken about this in a previous podcast in the stress management series 1. Other individuals may react to work stress by putting more time into their work and not taking sufficient breaks from work. Everyone reacts differently to stress, and this will mean that people will respond differently to workplace stress. Stress at work can also have an impact on an individual's blood pressure. It can affect their sleeping patterns and their mood. This has the potential to cause heart disease, mental illnesses, or both. Employers have a legal duty to minimize the risk of workplace stress. A policy that shows how they intend to manage workplace stress is very helpful for their employees. Employees will then know what the procedures are for the organisation and where to go if they have any issues. Some of the ways that organisations try and help is by having a service known as EAP, Employers Assistance Program. This offers confidential support, short-term counselling, and professional advice on the telephone, and is often available 24 hours a day. As this is paid by the employer, individuals may be allocated a fixed amount of sessions per year. How do we manage workplace stress? We need to understand that as individuals, we choose our job. We apply for the job, and if we're successful, we will accept the job. It is only when we're in the actual environment that we see the reality of what we've accepted. Sometimes, because of our obligations, we may stay longer than we should, or we may tolerate more than we should because we're people pleasing and may want to maintain the status quo. If we're dissatisfied within our work, then one of the ways that could be useful is to upskill and move on to something more suitable. Another tip would be, don't be in the environment all day. Try and go for a walk and try and get out of the environment for a short time each day. Change it. Because workplace stress is often about the environment. And if we're dissatisfied with our environment, we should be able to change it. You might not change it straight away, but have it, plan it for the long term. If a job is affecting your health, then you need to listen to your body. Try and find the source of your stress. Is it your workload? Is it the people that you're working with? Or is it both? If you listen to Series 1 of the Stress Management Podcast, there are ideas of how you can manage your stress and how to understand what stress is. You are replaceable at work. They will always hire somebody. Your health is not replaceable.